Hello, my name is Martin Sladecek. I'm coming from Societe Generale, and I would like to take you today through the journey of accelerated open platforms. Hope you will enjoy it. I came to Societe Generale from KB, from the Societe Generale Czech Republic entity, where I was leading the open banking. And later, I moved to SG itself, and today I'm taking care about digital strategic studies for the French part of Societe Generale. Let's start with the short reminder, what is the platform business model? If you will have a look through internet and through information sources, you can find out this one definition, which is pretty nice and pretty simple. So it's a business model that creates value by facilitating exchanges between two or more independent groups, and usually customers and producers. Today we will go through these 5 parts. So let's take a look on what is driving the success of platforms today. There are 2 main approaches, so-called bank as a platform or bank as a service. So let's discuss this or that. Next, we will go through energizers and catalysts of platforms, through possible business opportunities. And last but not least, let's check the value, experience, and satisfaction of the customer. In the beginning, I would like to share with you a motto, my favorite one, which I see as a true definition of openness or open platform. It's the motto by Shalong Chang, the founder of WeChat, which is a Chinese super app today serving more than 1 billion of users. And he said, we are building a forest, not a palace. Rather than establish everything by ourselves, we create an ecosystem that nurtures things to grow within it. And it's pretty right. We are all limited in our resources, either human or financial ones. So we are not able to delight and satisfy everyone our customers' needs. But if we will focus rather on satisfaction by unlimited variants and alternatives of our products into building and creating an open ecosystem, it is possible. Because if you build the open ecosystem, open platform, which is open for third parties, in the combination of your own core products with third parties products, you can build a perfect proposition which is perfectly tailored and fit perfectly the customer needs. If you will take a look a little bit into history, openness and as well as APIs, which are part of the open banking, as well. They are not new here, and they did already in 2015 significant part or proportion of some of companies' business. So just 3 examples. Expedia, which is well known in the travel industry, generated already in 2015 90% of its revenue through APIs. eBay, which is auction platform typically, generated 60% of its revenue. And Salesforce, which is as well as great example because it is not only the platform, but itself equipped with APIs, but it is as well as equipped by marketplace with hundreds of apps created by partners and third parties and distributed through this platform. It generated over 50% of its revenue. We can see that they are really strongly coming in or marching in GAFAM in the Western world, so-called Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, that big techs. And these are as well as entering finances or financial market or industry. But still, none of them acquired the banking license itself. Maybe you wonder why. It's no wonder behind, because as the financial world is pretty regulated, it will be absolutely against their innovations, against their business. It's much more better to do a partnership with the financial partner and either co-brand their product or take a white label and brand it by themselves. And it looks like it will stay like this as well as in upcoming years or upcoming time. But on the other hand, let's check how these big techs, and here is a nice example of Amazon, are already today unbundling the bank. So if you will just take this Chase example and try to put it in small Lego pieces, you can find out that the Amazon has nearly for every one single part or domain its own proposition, which is comparable. So we can say that they are nearly equal. Today, we can see change of the bankroll paradigm. As it was usual, banks are acting in a financial services provider role, but more and more, these are becoming to advice provider, value aggregator, and access facilitator. The first one is pretty common, but what about that other two? Value aggregator, you can imagine in the role where your own core bank products are equipped or enriched by other third parties propositions into meaningful packages which you are serving to your clients. So you are aggregating value together and providing it to your clients. Access facilitator, on the other hand, is allowing or easing access to third-party space, services, products, and you are providing, for example, kind of subscription to your clients or pre-registration or such stuff. If we will continue in the journey, 2017, bankers export APIs, the true catalyst of platforms. It was becoming public how will look like the upcoming regulation PSD2, and bankers started to think, what is it about? And here, for example, you can see the remark of a really nice video, which was done by bankers for bankers. This is the video of Euro Banking Association, which is trying in a simple way to describe what are APIs and how they can be used in the financial world. And this is true catalyst. As we mentioned, that three roles which are banks acting, here you can see more detailed picture. And honestly, in the combination of banking and non-banking services, this is the way how to perfectly satisfy the bank customer, or we can say the customer of the bank and the third party as well. So if you will go through all the circle of life needs of every one client, you can see there are enormous opportunities which could be served or followed and fulfilled by the combination of the bank and the third party. And if you are combining both together within one service, you can perfectly target every one client's needs in particular time, place, and time. So few examples of banking platforms and ecosystems today, as I'm coming to you from France, so I'm focusing more on the Europe. At first, let me mention Société Générale, where I belong to, and its platform called Le Cashback, which is allowing clients to get coupons or special offers for enormous network of third parties in the space of the bank. Next example is by Boursorama Bank with platform called the Corner. This is the Boursorama Bank is the member of Société Générale in France. It's the digital tiger, very well ranked in digital maturity of its services. And the Corner is the platform such kind of marketplace where you can buy a new vacation, where you can access third parties propositions, and again with special conditions, unique possibilities, and so on. Next example of platform is my previous experience, which is KB Czech Société Générale entity. It has its own KB store integrated within its internet banking, where you can find out not only products and services by the bank itself, but as well as the third parties. And these are really various. So if you are individual, you can get new life insurance, you can get special services for travelers, and so on. If you are entrepreneur, you can let the company ask to set up your new business, originate you new company, and equip you with accounting, taxation, and other services as well. Next example is Barclays. For me, it's a nice example of how to build a dashboard which is helping you to manage your own small smart business. This dashboard is possible to be connected with third-party apps. So it gives you one simple overview of your business, and don't hesitate to think just about the bank account or its balance. There could be information from your accounting system, for example, like Sage, or as well as there could be connected to your eShop, so you can see the flow of orders, invoices, bills, and all of that important indicators of your business. And last but not least, let me mention Erste Group, which is serving more or less clients in the Central and Eastern Europe. And it's a nice platform, George. George, again, is a really good example of the internet banking combined with bank as a platform approach. So you can find out there its own store, and you can buy banking and non-banking products as well. But what I like the most here is that they are as well as trying to go into very promising area, which is the content. So if you follow the success of Netflix, Spotify, and others, even the banks has to explore what is the most important and interesting content for their clients. And Erste is a nice example, which is trying to find out. Now the part about the approach, bank as a platform or bank as a service. My answer is pretty simple. Winners combine both. So on the right side, you can access third-party service providers, other banks, and aggregate them through API into the bank platform or ecosystem. So bank customers can access third-party offers within the platform of the bank itself. Left side, it's the part of bank as a service. So when the bank is exposing its APIs to the third parties, and it is enabling client to meet the bank even in the space and situations where it was not possible never before. And let's maybe distinguish as well as when the bank is acting as the distributor and orchestrator versus prescriber. So the distributor and orchestrator is aggregating third-party propositions into the space of the bank, and it's enabling or managing the process of product acquisition, sales, contracting, and usage end-to-end within the environment. If you check the prescriber way, the bank is reaching the client, easing the prescription of the new product or service, but the process of prescription and contractual part of the process is managed by the third party itself. So the client is going simply from one platform to another, and in ideal way, frictionless and quickly. Now, few words about energizers and catalysts of Platon. So what I see as energizers, this is the part which is trying to tease the client to come into platform, to return on a daily manner, to create it behavior. And if I may just wish to make the bank platform the usual first point of first choice of every authenticated interaction with the bank, with third party, or even with the e-government, for example. These energizers should attract clients to come, increase the traffic, intensify curiosity, higher engagement, and boost sympathy. And what are the tools how to achieve it? It's fear of missing out, FOMO effect, which is pretty well known in social networks, for example. It's creation of communities and enabling of social sharing of the content, as well as empowering of gamification, participation, and creation of loyalty with loyalty tools. On the other hand, what about the catalysts? These are the ways and tools how to attract third parties and partners to come to the platform and to equip it with third parties propositions, products, and services. So catalysts ease partner readiness, simplify accessibility, accelerate third-party onboarding, remove barriers, and provide adaptability. And through which we can achieve that? Through frictionless interconnectivity in between the bank and the third-party space, one click or zero click from one platform to another and back. Federated identity, which allows to come into third-party space in my own context as the client without any necessity of any additional registrations, logins, and so on. Embedded identity and payment experience. Once I am at the partner zone, still I can meet my bank when it is needed. So if I need to authorize any action or transaction, or if I do need to do any payment, for example, do the payment for any invoice in the accounting system, I can let my bank to pop up and enjoy the embedded experience, and then I can continue in the third-party platform again. Standardized and industrialized development SDKs, guidelines and tools for developers, which are satisfying and improving the developer experience, and enabling the third parties to develop simply and fast. And last but not least, the point, big tech level marketplace store. So let's check how big techs are doing that. Check the App Store, check Google Play Store, Amazon, and just follow these nice principles and examples as lessons learned. There's no necessity to reinvent it. It is already done. Just apply it in the banking or financial industry. Few words how to do it. Because if you would like to apply the platform, for sure you would like to aim to do exponential and not linear growth. So check the Singularity Hub with this nice canvas, which is helping designers to design their services or applications in an exponential business model way. And there are really simple points navigating the designer or the team through the design sprint activities to define the service in the right way. As well as I would like to emphasize the approach and or method how you are solving your issues and how you are trying to cooperate with your third parties, your partners, and how you are evolving the platform itself. Of course, you have to constantly apply iterative design thinking in ideal world in absolutely in agile way. Yeah. And time to time, you will see the valley of disillusion and impatience. You can see it on the right side mentioned. Yeah, this is absolutely normal, but you have to go over and just to see that instead of doing nothing, even in very small change, like 1%, can do a lot. So if you do just a 1% up to the average, you will do in the end a lot of. So now is the time for the wrap up. So if I could, I wish if you can take these takeaways with you today. So what is value, experience, and satisfaction of the customer? It brings long-term relation and transform our society because satisfied and loyal client is the most. So be the first choice of your client in digital and physical space. At the bank, you can have positive impact on society and environment. Today, it is on one side very trendy, but on second side, very, very needed. So let's focus on sustainability, build open ecosystems, and support our future green growth and transition in energies. As well as you can have relevant services and sustainable business. So just cross your limits and go out to beyond banking. I would like to remind our Societe Generale purpose, which is building together with our clients a better and sustainable future through responsible and innovative financial solutions. And for sure, platforms are a nice example combined with sustainability, how it could work together. And let me remind you in the end, again, something from history. Here is the painting of Venice in 16th century. And it was usual that in that time, there were banks in the port, and at these banks were sitting three people: the trader who wanted new goods to sell it in the continent, typically spice and treasures and many other stuff. On a second side, there was sitting sailor who wanted to go over the sea for that goods, but he was not equipped with money, but the trader was. And in the middle, there was sitting somebody, and because it was on the bank, he was called banker, and he was the intermediator in between the two sides, helping them to find out same point of view, to align their needs together, and to maintain the contract in between them. And we can say the banking was the platform since its origins, because what else it is. Thank you for your attention today. I hope you have enjoyed this session, and you can reach me on my social network profiles, follow me, and enjoy the content. Goodbye.